Professor. You look like a student. You look like FBI.
We're with the Behavioral Analysis Unit.
Profilers should know better.
How's that?
We don't do massacres. You do.
Me personally.
Your government.
Mr. Blackwolf, we'd like for you to take a look at these photos and help us figure out how these kids were killed.
You're not asking because I'm a cop.
No. We're asking because you're an expert on Native American culture.
I don't base my opinion on pictures, Mr. Hotchner. I have to walk the ground.
We should start inside. Forensics says the outside's been contaminated from all the construction traffic.
Of all the Native American tribes, the Apache were most renowned for their tracking ability. It was said they could track a man or animal through any condition by simply noticing the slightest disturbance in the environment.
It's profiling the dirt.
I noticed you don't carry a gun.
21 feet.
What?
Ask Agent Hotchner there, he's the real gun hand.
Why do you say that?
You carry 2 guns.
The maximum distance an attacker with a knife can close and the time it takes to react, draw your sidearm, and fire is 21 feet.
Inside 21 feet, I win. Outside 21, I have other options besides shooting a man.
Like negotiating.
Like running.
Why do you say I carry 2 guns?
Your right instep print's heavier than your left. And since you don't appear to have a clubbed right foot,
You can't tell that from my footprints. There's no perceptible difference between them.
your problem isn't with your prints. It's with your perception.
What do you see?
There's a saying, once too much blood has been spilt on the same ground, the ground develops a thirst for it. This is all consistent with Native American warfare rituals, but it's not Apache. Whoever did this carried out the most brutal practices of the Apache: Navajo, Comanche, Pueblo, and Sioux. No one tribe ever did them all.
Not like this. Real Indians would know that. This wasn't Indians.
And if you want to figure out who did this, might help to know there was a 6th person in the house.
Why do you say that?
Female, 90, 95 pounds, size 6 shoe, fallen arches. She was walking alone when she was ambushed by 2 men.
We also believe there were at least 3 suspects.
3? Yeah. 2 over here plus at least 6 over there. Because while these 2 carried this girl struggling to their vehicle to the east, at least 6 others ran single file to hide their numbers from the west.
So you're saying that there were 8?
At least.
And 1 hostage.
You wanted to see how I behave at the scene of the crime. You can at least tell me how I did.
Your lack of an emotional reaction at seeing the carnage leads me to believe you're innocent.
A guilty man would have feigned disgust.
Exactly.
You know what counting coup is?
No.
The Apache knew they could easily prove their superiority by killing many of the enemy tribe. But they also knew killings would start a fierce blood feud, which would result in the waste of lives and resources.
Makes sense.
So the Apache proved their superiority by counting coup, stealthily stealing property, usually horses, from right under the nose of their enemy. To the Apache, killing, unless absolutely necessary, was a sign of stupidity and weakness.
If this is your way of saying you're not the killer, we already know that.
So why am I still talking to you?
Hotch. So if there was another girl out there, no one's reported her missing. None of the papers have received any claims of responsibility.